In this episode, we talk about the things that surprised us most about network marketing. We'll give you 5 things that really shocked us. Hi, everyone. I'm Shari.
And I'm Kim, and we're super excited for this episode because what we realized is that for both of us, when we started our network marketing business, there were so many things that surprised us and surprised us in a good way, things that we weren't counting on. And so we're going to share our top 5, although there's probably more that we'll get to, but these are really the things that surprised us in a good way.
So the first thing that we want to talk about is the income potential. And keep in mind that for everybody, this is going to be different. All compensation plans are different. And this is the one type of business that it really is dependent on your efforts. So there are by no means any guarantees as far as income, but that's kind of what excited us, because when you have a corporate job, you are guaranteed a salary. And for a lot of people, that comfort and security is a necessity. For us, we were kind of willing to just throw the dice and come what may and count on ourselves to create the paycheck that we really wanted.
Now, we didn't just throw the dice, I kept my corporate job until I was able to match my income. And, the thing that really surprised me was, when Shari was excited about this business, she's like, you can make a full-time income working part-time. And I honestly, I rolled my eyes at her for a very long time. And I was like, I don't think so. I don't really think that I can make the kind of income I want to make and do that part-time and get my life back. I mean, we grew up in a household where our parents worked really hard. They ended up being entrepreneurs, but I also saw them, putting 24/7 into their business. So when Shari's like, you can make a great living working part-time, I was absolutely skeptical. But nobody else was showing me a better way. Nobody was showing me how I could match my full-time income working part-time. And I had reached that kind of glass ceiling in my corporate job. And I think for so many people, you don't have that many places to go up. And I wasn't waiting around for that 1 or 2% raise. I really wanted to figure out how I could. And so for me, I definitely started this business for an income, and I had no idea how much I could really earn. And I really didn't even understand the idea of reoccurring income, residual income, asset income, whatever you want to call it. But that is when you're getting paid for the work you've already done and building that asset. And so I really joined because I looked at the comp plan, I looked at the highest level, and I thought, okay, if the average person is making this, I could be average and make a great income. And what I love is kind of just what Shari said, and it really surprised me that you can make whatever you want if you put the work in and if you, follow the system. There's lots of different variables. But I loved being in control of my own income, and I didn't think that that was going to be something I loved. And what really surprised me was that you can make money and make money on your own time, in your own time frame. Everybody has different goals. For me, I wanted to match my full-time income, and I wasn't willing to quit my job until I did that. And I was able to do that in about 8 months. And that's when I started to have choices. And that's what this business really surprised me, that it was that vehicle to earn significant income. When I started, I really did think it was for people who just wanted to make a couple extra $100, for people who wanted a little bit of hobby. I didn't think that you could make big CEO type of income.
And for me, when I saw the income, I thought, okay, I finally found what I'm looking for, because, being in a corporate situation, and I've shared my story before, but I was one of very few women doing my job, and I was paid a fraction of what my male counterparts were paid. I had absolutely no control over what I was going to earn, even if I was a top performer. There were other variables. And for me, when I did see the income, I thought, okay, if there are other people doing this, um, then why can't I? Just kind of like what Kim said, if the average person is making this, I'm happy being average, and I'm normally not happy being average. So it definitely did surprise me what the potential was. And again, everything is just based on your own efforts. We cannot guarantee that you're going to be making those kind of incomes, but know that it's possible, and it's possible for everybody.
And I think that kind of brings us to the thing that also surprised us was that this business, there are all types of people and professions. I spent years in marketing and advertising, and I also spent a lot of time recruiting people in that industry. And I was always looking for very specific types of people. And what really surprised me in this business, there are so many different types of people that can be successful. It doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter what your age or your experiences are. I mean, I've had doctors on my team who saw this business as a way for them to match their doctor income and not have the kind of stress that comes with working in an emergency room. So I've had people who are doctors. I've had people who are those stay-at-home moms who are looking to contribute. There are so many different types of people. And to me, that was exciting. I wanted to work with a diverse group of people that had different interests, that had different passions and different purposes. And we're using this as a vehicle. And so all different types of backgrounds.
And it's funny that you mentioned diversity, because that's exactly why I was hired in that job that was so male dominated, because they didn't have enough women. They didn't have women or minorities. And when I was recruited to that company, they wanted that diversity. Network marketing is colorblind, is age blind, it's blind to all of those things. And there are so many diverse backgrounds. The person who brought me into this business had many different backgrounds: flight attendant, real estate, personal trainer. Again, there is no prerequisite, no requirement for backgrounds or job experience. There are people that are half my age and even older than I am doing this business. Again, it's all based on individual efforts, which is, to me, the most exciting part of it.
Well, and I think just seeing different people, different ages, different backgrounds, all thriving and bringing something to the table, it makes it really fun and exciting. You get to learn a lot from other people, and you get to build a team of like-minded people that have different backgrounds. And that kind of leads me to one of the other things that surprised me, and that was this sense of community. And honestly, I didn't even know I was looking for a community. I didn't know that I wanted to be a part of something. I was used to my work environment where I worked with some great people, but we worked from, that 9 to 5:01. At 5:01, everybody was out the door and everyone was just doing their job. They didn't have a bigger vision. They didn't have a bigger purpose. They weren't part of a community that was really striving with a common goal, whether that goal was, to empower people. It just wasn't a commonality. Everybody was just doing their job, getting their paycheck, and leaving. Now, I know a lot of corporations really realize the benefit of creating a community, and they've got fun Google playgrounds and stuff like that. But I also think that now, more than ever, with so many people working from home, having a community is more important, and it's hard to replicate if you're not already used to that kind of community.
And I will say, I did have somewhat of a community in the last corporate job that I had. And we would do team building events, but it was almost like it was forced, to hire diverse candidates. It was fun and people got along, but the team building was really for sales goals. It wasn't necessarily to build people as people, to get to know people and what their dreams are, to get to know what their passions are. And that's where I think network marketing is just a little bit different because the community of people, if you find the right company for you and the right community for you, they can become your lifelong friend. Best friends that you never even knew before you joined the company. And it's that common goal. It's that, striving for more, I think, and just being able to dream again. In corporate America, I was never encouraged to dream bigger. And in network marketing, that's all that you're encouraged to do is, go big. And big difference there. Totally surprised me.
And I think what I didn't even realize about the community and how strong and important a community is we have seen people in our community in a matter of a couple days raise hundreds of thousands of dollars for charities, for different disasters when there was fires or earthquakes, or we've seen people just come together and do things like miraculously. And I know that I had somebody on my team who had a tragedy in her life, and she said, the first people at my door was her network marketing community. And I think that is so important. I didn't even know I missed it. I didn't even know that was important. But when I see people like banding together, and one of the things about network marketing, it doesn't matter, if somebody's on your team, you start to see people helping other people and really paying it forward. And it's a pretty amazing thing to watch, especially from somebody like me who was in a corporate environment and didn't have that type of like, wow, people are banding together. They're doing great things together. So the community absolutely 100% surprised me.
Absolutely. And I'm just going to share a quick story because when I was in corporate, one of the last straws for me is I ended up getting sick. I was in the hospital with double pneumonia, and no one from my office called to see how I was doing. Nobody brought me, soup or did anything like that. I did have a friend. In fact, she was the friend that introduced me to the whole concept of network marketing. She worked for a different company at the time, but she brought me matzo ball soup in the hospital, thinking that would cheer me up. And that's the type of community that I love to be around. And even though we didn't work for the same corporation, she was the one person that came to visit me in the hospital. And I will tell you, I've had similar things where I've needed a community. And, as Kim said, the network marketing community is right there to support. And definitely one of the biggest blessings and surprises that we had.
And I think it comes down to really thinking about what your priorities are. We hear all the time, you're the sum of the 5 people you hang around. But I also think it's more about the experiences that you're having, the people that you want to do those things with. And I can tell you, the people that were in my corporate job, I didn't want to go on vacation with them. I didn't want to, do after work things. And I didn't even want to share my goals and dreams with them. And so think about who you're spending your time with. And is it the community that's lifting you up? Is it the community that's helping you thrive? And like Shari said, dream bigger. Because it's probably more important than you think. Like I said, I didn't think I needed a community. I thought I was fine. But when you have it, it's pretty extraordinary. So that's the third thing.
And then, the other thing that, Kim said she didn't know that she needed a community. The other thing I didn't think that I needed, but certainly was surprised. And again, another benefit and blessing from being part of network marketing is recognition. So when I started my network marketing business, I was a stay-at-home mom. I was able to quit corporate prior to joining network marketing and just use network marketing as my way to be able to stay at home and never have to get another job. But what was so surprising was recognition just for little things. And, for all you stay-at-home moms out there, obviously it is the greatest gift to be able to do that. And having a family is in and of itself a gift. However, the recognition isn't so hot. We don't get cheered every time we do the laundry or cheered every time we take the kids to an event. So I wasn't expecting anything. And then, fast forward, getting into network marketing and having little milestones and achievements along the way and getting recognized for everything, I started to think, it's just that self-confidence, I think. For me as a stay-at-home mom, not that I didn't feel confident. I knew that I was doing a good job as being a mom, but not being told every day and not being cheered. I mean, come on, moms, we know it. We don't have a cheerleading squad behind us. We just do what we do. And you almost do have a cheerleading squad when you're in network marketing because people are cheering for you and every little accomplishment gets recognized. So for me, that was a huge surprise and very grateful for that.
And we have this saying, one of our mentors used to always say, people do more for praises than raises. And I thought at the time that was sort of crazy because I started my network marketing business for the income. I wasn't looking for the recognition, but things became really clear. I was still working my full-time job in corporate, and we had just had this amazing year. Like, we broke all the records, and I remember it was like Christmas time, and there was no Christmas party, no Christmas bonus, no Christmas attaboys. There was nothing. And I remember like my team just kind of like being a little defeated and just wanted, I mean, I think even an attaboy would have been great, And at the same time, I had reached a milestone in my network marketing business. And with that came lavish gifts from a lot of different people, from our corporate company, from people on my team, above me. And I really just started to think about, wow, I do love recognition. I do want to be acknowledged for what I've done, whether it was little or small. And I think sometimes this is so overlooked because we're so used to going through the motions, doing our work. We're doing kind of what's expected of us. But I will tell you, once you start to get recognized for it, I don't know about you, but I wanted to do more. And I was excited about it. And I wanted to recognize other people. I wanted to get them fired up and excited. And so recognition is really this key piece of the network marketing culture that I had no clue about. And it's kind of a universal principle for most network marketing companies, is really to reward and recognize and celebrate. And, I think that's all I really wanted when I was in my corporate. I just wanted to celebrate that we had like the best year we've ever had, and that my team blew past their goals, and there was no celebration. And so with celebration and recognition, I started to really understand that phrase, people do more for praises than raises.
And then the last thing that I think, and probably the most significant for me, is really the personal development and finding purpose and having a vision and having a mission that is greater than just making an income or just having a job and getting a pay raise or getting a promotion. It's really about learning all the good things about yourself and learning some of those things that have held you back. Again, this was something that totally surprised us. When we joined our company, everyone said, okay, this is a personal development company. And we're like, personal development? We don't need that. We've had great sales training. And thinking that sales training and personal development are the same, that was a big eye opener. Even though I had been trained in corporate and had a lot of, I didn't even have leadership training, but I had sales training. Totally different when you talk about leadership training, when you talk about personal development and finding your why and finding your purpose and really creating a vision for your life. My vision was very small in corporate. It was just to survive. It was to get the next promotion. I didn't see myself, changing the world in corporate. But the more I got into personal development and network marketing, the more that I thought, maybe I can change the world. Maybe if it's just one person at a time, I can make a difference. And for me, that's always been a huge passion and purpose, just to make a difference. And if you are in a corporate job where you're not feeling like you're making a difference, and that's something that's important to you, I would truly encourage you to look into network marketing as that way to find your purpose and find your passion.
Like Shari said when she started, we didn't start because of personal development. I don't even think either one of us had that in our awareness. I didn't even know what it meant. But I found that really what personal growth and personal development means, it just gives you the tools to be the best version of yourself. And it sounds sort of corny, and I would have rolled my eyes and I wouldn't have believed it. But the skills that you learn, the tools that you learn, the community, the recognition, the income, all of those things that we've really talked about, what it does too is it gives you that space to really become the person that you're meant to be, or at least kind of be that vehicle and start thinking about it. And so you're encouraged to read and, do different types of things that can help your growth. And I really truly believe that if we're not growing, we're not going to be fulfilled. And I feel like the growth is part of the fun, is part of the journey. And I heard today, I think it was just about staying one step ahead, learning something new and staying one step ahead. It's not about having to know everything, but being a chapter ahead for people. And what network marketing does is it opens your eyes up to that bigger growth, those bigger dreams, but really the tools that you need to be the best version of yourself.
So if some of the things that we talked about today surprised you about network marketing, we would highly encourage you to look a little bit deeper into the profession, because if you are missing an income opportunity to grow with your current company, if you're missing that recognition or having a community of people that lift you up and support you, or if you're just not living your best life, network marketing could be that pathway for you to really achieve your goals and dreams.